We're back on Expo Hero Comics. Talk about ghetto tech stuff. Basically, now we have gotten the thing all taped up. Let's see. Now we got all the thing all taped up. Let me show you. Let me just put my camera here. There you go. Hopefully you can see me. Let's see here. Tell me in the comments if you see me. All right. Now, see, got the thing, got everything here. Put it on our heads and basically show off. See, we got all this going here. Got all this here, all taped up real nice. It's just armor here, really good. So that'll help it be look less conspicuous and make it harder for it to grab on anything. So if it grabs on, if one of these little guys grabs on something, it'll probably break it, probably rip it apart. Nobody's business. All right, nobody's business. So yeah, that would be bad. So that's one of the cool things why I have all this. This got caught on something. It could break, but it could also not. Be a little stronger. Also, I could be like, oh, shoot, wrap it up real good. So now we have our wires here. These are both negatives. These white ones, if you can see it. I don't know. I'm going to work on getting my lighting working better. Anyway, these ones with white in it are negatives. The ones that are solid colors are positives. Now we have to get the headphone jack off of the old wires we had for this thing. These old wires were telephone wires, copper telephone wires. These are copper T1 line wires. Basically, probably the same, just about the same, but still different, sort of a different color scheme, but yeah, still works pretty well. So, yeah, working on a lot of stuff, doing a lot of different things, trying to get things together, making a bunch of cool moving characters, model sheets, because when I finally get a computer or a program to make that cut and paste PCX files, be it GIMP or be it whatever. This one thing I should be checking. I'll check out in a little bit after I finish making this thing. Making this thing up. Basically, I'm gonna just be going full force, just working on moving characters and doing stuff. I also got some Mugen comics I'm gonna bring, because basically I want to get some story, show you some story, get some advertise for them. Basically, I'm advertising. I can advertise on DeviantArt about stuff that'll be on YouTube. I can advertise on YouTube about stuff that'll be on DeviantArt. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really great. So yeah, we'll figure that out. It's really cool. Right now I got my guy. I'm trying to my original character for Star Wars Until the End of Time is the guy I'm calling the Great Guy. And he basically has so we're gonna say that what happened is lots of different people were experimented on with symbological genetics, which is basically the stuff that makes Fate and Maria and Sophia have the powers they have in Star Wars Until the End of Time. Now, the issue is the ones that were scheduled for disposal. Maria was. Problem is, of course, you can have it be like, instead of being disposed of like they normally would be, they were basically shipped somewhere and then were allowed to be born. And live out their lives as like orphans or something. And just hang out and do stuff. And like I like to have characters that I made be in that group, including the Great Guy, who basically has the ability to generate fire. Okay, this guy can have basically it's not as powerful as Fate or Maria's ability to generate power. Just plain power, or Maria generate. I decided to make her powers not the change gene necessarily. Well, yeah, I basically decided to basically in ways change it. Not reduce it, definitely not reduce it, but change it. Because the way that change gene worked was that it was supposed to make it so that she could put her power, I call it emo power, because it activates when they're very emotional. So basically, I call it emo power. And so basically, she can put power onto something, or charge something up with her power, like Gambit. But instead of blowing up, it will make it so that if something attacks it, or if something attacks it, it's like that one thing she showed. Yeah, that one thing she showed off. She showed off. I gotta work on the tape on these guys so that they're more comfortable. She showed off basically how her power works. she charged up a there was like 3 vases, right? 3 clay pots. She charged up the one in the middle. There was like 3 clay pots side by side, all 3 beside each other. She charged up the one in the middle, stepped back, and shot her gun at those 3. And the other 2, of course, were destroyed because it was a gun. And the one that was charged up with her power survived. Was not hurt at all. So she has the ability to charge things up with her power. They call it the change gene because I guess you can cause change. And I guess she charged up the whole group later so that they could live hang out in 4D space without being deleted or anything. So I decided to change it to emo power because that's basically what it is. It's power. Then I decided even if in the story, bless you. Yeah. Even if in the story Fate came first, which makes no sense. Okay, I decided to make it so that Maria came first because basically she has emo power, and then they could say, hey, the higher ups could say, okay, we need something with more power, someone with more power than her. Okay, her power is okay, but we need someone with more power. So it's like, okay, so they hooked Fate up and gave him more power and made it more focused. So when the Maria Trador, Action Maria Trador I made for Mugen, she has her fatality is she will basically unleash large amounts of emo power onto the enemy, which will finish them off. They'll be stuck in the emo power and fall over. But Fate has the emo laser. So basically, in Star Wars until the end of time, when he was finally realized when the Venditti were shooting at everybody on Ellicor 2, blowing everybody up on Ellicor 2, and Fate, then Cliff was like, run away, you better get out of here, man, you'll be captured. He's like, what? They're after me? All this stuff that happened was because of me? It's like, oh, well, yeah, kind of. I was like, oh, and then I had the awesome animation, awesome computer graphics that showed him basically freaking out, and an angel coming out, angel made of pure energy coming out of him, appearing on top of his head, and then like shooting out a giant laser that destroyed the Venditti cruise ship, That, he has emo. That's emo laser. That's what I'm gonna call it, the emo laser. So basically, when his fatality in Mugen, the way I'm making him, is that he will have the emo laser. He will unleash the emo laser. It will come out of him, and it's a giant, huge thing, and it'll come out of him, and basically, the enemy will be caught up in that. And they'll fall over. They'll be caught up in that, and that'll finish them off. So it's like, it's a laser. It's more focused and more powerful, more focused. So basically, I started saying he came first. But basically, my guy, I'm trying to figure out what his name is. Guy, maybe. But still, he has the power of generating fire. It's basically like he has firebolts. He has like 2 firebolts or fireballs. One on each hand. You can make a fireball on each hand. Okay, and basically he also knows kung fu. So basically, what he'll do is he will have the fireball. He can generate the fireball on each hand, and that's by itself is not that powerful, and people can underestimate him for that. But then all of a sudden he basically will just do kung fu on you. Basically just Shaolin kung fu, Wing Chun, and all that cool stuff, Tiger style, things like that, and basically just keep introducing fireballs into basically just keep introducing that. Just keep going like that. So basically he'll attack like this. Because he's holding the fire in there in his hands, and it's going on in there. So we'll be doing all kinds of cool stuff like that. His fatality, his finishing move will be the searing palm, which basically I think he'll appear behind the enemy, and in a giant. He'll basically have moved so fast. He'll be in a giant. He'll be in a giant fireball. And it's like this, Tiger style. And they said the fire will be so intense, it'll go from, it'll cover his entire body and go up behind him, and the person will be behind him, will be hit by that. Well, I've been hit by that, Well, I've been hit by that, and then that'll finish him off. And that'll be his finishing move, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna hook that up someday. It's gonna be great. But anyway, now I got these things, taking these things off because we're putting on new wires on here. I'm gonna make all kinds of movies. I'm gonna have Blair, real Blair. Now Luther, who I call Luther the Loser, who was the final boss of the story. He's gonna be in the Mugen. Basically, he's gonna be. I'm making a movie character of him right now. Drawing him, You know, stage one of a movie. Oh, well, not stage one. That's like stage two. But stage one of making a Mugen character is thinking, well, figuring out who he's going to be, and then of course, stage two is drawing him, drawing them. You know, so basically, it's like he's on stage two. I'm drawing him, and basically, he's Luther. Because they gave me so much grief in Star Wars until the end time. He is such a jokey character, but still, it started off being just so jokey, but then it's like, I gotta give him some respect because certain things about him were actually pretty good. That spear has incredible range. Certain things about it were not just plain cheap. His spear has incredible range. And he does have some. His attacks did look cool, except for the fact that he was using them against me, So it was like really annoying. There's certain things that if we can turn that and make it so that it's like, okay, I'm controlling this loser now, not as bad. So basically, what happened in my version of the story, which I'll be putting on DeviantArt eventually, is basically he didn't die when you defeated him in the second battle at the end of the game, the end of the story of the game's story. He didn't die. He was we caused his techno armor to overload, causing a huge explosion, which really hurt him but didn't kill him. So then his after restoring the universe and after restoring the universe and everything, and our friends and everything, Fate and all the others went off to have other adventures, which someday hopefully we'll see looking like Final Fantasy 13. That would be really nice. Anyway. You call it Final Fantasy, whatever. Just call it, just have Fate in there. Have Fate and and Cliff and Albel and all those other guys in there. Go ahead. Call it Final Fantasy if you want, but please have them in there. Anyway, so they messed around and were like, okay, they took Luther to the hospital and were able to heal him to stop him from dying. We're able to stop him from dying. But then he escaped. He escaped, went to, I say a dump? I don't know. A dump or some sort of junkyard. Or maybe he just went back to his, found a little place to hang out in, a little apartment or whatever. And, I'm still thinking of the story. Still thinking of the story. I'm going to use my razor here to cut this cable here. There's some cool stuff in here. Gotta be very careful. I don't want to really hurt myself here. So there we go. There you go. There you go. Oh, I grabbed onto the wires of the razor. Well, that still works. Yeah, it's tough stuff. All right, going out of here. Anyway, so he basically had no choice but to cobble together some technology, and it's like he's Luther. Okay, in my version, he basically broadcast. He did a YouTube live stream of him to try saying, watch me defeat these glitches. Basically, that's what he called it. That was like the title of it. Watch me defeat these glitches in the 4D 3D space or whatever it's called. And basically, when the live stream kept going after until after he lost, then it's like, okay, that's the end of the live stream. So basically, he's like everybody realized his plan. Everybody realized how horrible he and crazy he was. So people are like, he's kind of an outcast. So basically now he's having to hide himself. And he can't get the technology he used to have, so he's basically cobbled together some things, and made something that will work, but it's not nearly as powerful as it used to be. So it's like, so he made a fake Blair hologram to hang out with. But like Dora's, Action Dora's hologram, so she's a laser hologram, so she can cause damage. But she can cause damage though. So, but she cannot touch him. She cannot touch anything. She has to basically be very careful. He has to be very careful with her because she can't touch anything or she'll burn it. So be careful. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff. And he had made a spear out of like whatever scrap materials he could find. Broom handle, jacket piece of metal, whatever. He's basically gone caveman a little bit. It's definitely a downgrade, a huge downgrade for him. He does have the ability to make the hand wings, but he can't summon them whenever he wants. You can't have them out. It's basically it takes power, a lot of energy for him to do it. But he is still powerful, but he's not nearly as powerful as he used to be. But then he hears about the Mugen competition. Okay, I'm calling Mugen competition because it's like basically. Okay, wrap this around here. Like that. Mugen competition. It's like Street Fighter, basically. Mugen is like Street Fighter, but it's like to all anyway. But it's like any sport. It's like any sport, you know. It's basically like Sphere, in my opinion. You can do all kinds of stuff, you know, but it's like Mugen stuff is like sports, and basically it's, you know, or, you know, it's like sports and things. There are many different leagues, many different companies that do Mugen tournaments, you know, and it's like, because basically that's just hinting at the fact that there's like many different people that may have Mugen on their computers, and you have different setups with different characters and whatnot. So it's really cool to, you know, to say that, like, say it like that, you know. that's what way I'm gonna say it. In my, you know, say it in my comic. Anyway, so he finds out that if he wins the Mugen tournament, you know, wins the Mugen tournament, he can get, you know, all the money and power he'll need to do whatever he wants to do. So he's like, yes. So he decides to go off with his technology, with his cobbled together technology, and fighting this Mugen tournament. You know, but Blair finds out about this. Okay, Blair sees that he's, you know, joined somehow. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how. Maybe it's like it's broadcast on TV. It's broadcast on the net, on YouTube, on someplace. Yes, because they have internet. Internet is their TV, because you know, they're that advanced. You know, like on Batman Beyond. Anyway, here, like this. And I'm gonna put a hole in there and put it down over that. And so basically, she sees him, you know, as one of the contestants on the Mugen tournament, you know, contenders of the Mugen tournament. So then she's like, oh my gosh, you know. So she basically goes to the only people she knows who could stand a chance in the Mugen tournament and against him, and that'd be Fate and Friends. Okay, and so she basically goes to them and asks them, if she can, you know, fix this up here, cut it. If she can, you know, they can help her get him back, right? You know, save him, stop him, because, you know, and then basically Albel's like, oh, he didn't kill him, you know, you tell me where she is, and I know where he is, and, you know, they help you finish him off. You know, she's like, no, it's like, hey, I just want you to, you know, I want you guys to help me. She'll find him. I need you to, you know, if you guys can get to him, then please help me, you know, I want you guys to help me stop him before he gets himself killed or wins, you know. And of course, yeah, I want to join, you know. Eventually it's the point where she's like, I want to help, you know, I want to actually help him. If I'm able to get to him, I need to be able to stop him. I'll be able to fight him and stop him. So then it's like, okay, so she's going to join. Real Blair is going to join, and I'm giving her a staff because, yeah, she has to deal with his spear. I'm not giving her a spear like he has. She wants something that's not as deadly. She wants something more defensive, you know. So, and staff is a good first weapon to have, you know, especially in Shaolin Kung Fu. Very good. Especially, yeah. Also, the fact that, you know, you train on the staff, so then later you can do spear. You know, the staff teaches you how to use the spear. So they said, yeah. There's a spear. There's a few spears in Shaolin Kung Fu. Oh yes, at least two. Okay, there's a little poking spear. There's the one that's the poking spear, and then there's the Quan Dao. I mean, the Pu Dao too. You know, there's a lot. There's a few spears. There's definitely a few spears because, you know, spears are cool. So yeah, Ran from Shaman King. Yeah, Ran from Shaman King. Yes, one of the jerkiest. Kind of cutest, jerkiest characters you ever saw in your life. Yes. I just said Rin was kind of cute because he kind of is. Yeah. Yeah, she's like 4 feet tall. Got a big old alfalfa spike on his head, but he'll kill you. Yeah. Just as himself with his Quan Dao. Yeah. He doesn't even need his Chinese warlord ghost. Just him. He can kill people with that. He can kill people with that, you know. So yeah, he's a cool, you know. Eventually, he got to the point where he's basically like Vegeta. He eventually got to be like Vegeta, who's basically like really, really, you know, tough, you know, strong, you know, really, really strong, really, really, you know, about battle and whatnot, but not necessarily. You know, he got to the point where, or Albel, basically to the point where he's like, you know what. You know, I'm, you know, really want to do stuff. You know, I'm not gonna do. I really want to kill things. I'm gonna not kill you. You know, I'll make it so you're not one of those things that I want to kill. You know, you know. I was like, okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. There you go. You know, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah. basically she's going to use that, and she's going to basically have some technology like Luther's, where she can have the hand wings, because basically in the game, Luther had the hand wings. No, fake Blair had hand wings. Okay, they appeared for like a little bit, and she could like do a special attack with those, and then they disappeared. You know, it was a little precursor to what you would have to go through to fight Luther, but basically, yeah, that's what happened with it. And so it was like, it was pretty cool, you know, and kind of cool to see, except for, again, they were being used against me. So yeah, it was annoying. But yeah, you got the hand wings. She'll have hand wings. Her most powerful attack, her fatality will be the hand wings, I think. Her finishing move will be those hand wings or something. I don't know. Maybe having the fire come out. You know, maybe actually having fire come out. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that could be. Yeah, that could be her finishing move. Because basically, yeah, she's not. That's not Luther's most powerful move. No, it's not. No, it isn't. But that could be hers. I don't know. Maybe not. Because yeah, she never really. Yeah, fake Blair never really got to not use fire. Hand wings fire. Oh yeah, fake Blair is an attack Luther can use. So it's really cool. With Luther will use, so it's really kind of cool that way. So there's a lot of things I'm gonna do. And then I got all kinds of stuff going on. I got like things on Star Wars Into the End of Time universe where it's like Fate's scientist, Evandini scientist, basically is like a collector. Dude, how did that not work? We have a wrench. No, I forgot we're moving. Well, I didn't forget, but I was like, oh, there it is. Our pliers, very helpful in certain cases like this. Very intricate. There we go. Basically, we got this Vendini scientist. I have a Vendini scientist who basically took over. Who basically came to moon, either came to moon base or took over moon base or something. I don't know exactly what. But he basically saw all these, the genetic, all these little embryos, basically. Saw all these embryos that they were working on, that Dr. Weingut and friends were working on, right? And basically, or something, or heard about it or something, and basically started doing stuff himself. So basically, he is cloning. Symbological cloning is being done now. He's helping pioneer something I call symbological cloning. Okay, which basically will lead to one of the greatest crossovers in Star Ocean history. Oh yeah, Star Ocean Till the End of Time, and Star Ocean Second Story. Because symbological cloning will be like, basically not only cloning the physical form, but memories from the person's DNA will be captured as well. Be really cool. It's symbological. It's magical. It's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in there. So it'll be really cool, really interesting, and really awesome to see all kinds of cool stuff going on. And then, of course, will lead to the creation of cloned versions of the Star Ocean Second Story characters and Fate's father, a clone version of Fate's father and mother, and it's going to be awesome and lots of fun and very strange. Yes, yes it is. Okay, so we put our wires on, layers of duct tape like this, electrical tape like this, interspersed throughout, and now we just finish off. We tape it up real good, tape it up real nice. And just go like that, do this, do that, and then we go put that on there, grab our razor, we can like shave that off real good, shave that real nice, mess around and do it like it's supposed to be done, and there you go. We'll just handle this business here, so it basically we'll have a good connection when we plug it into our music players and whatnot. So yeah, up here's and things. There we go. So down there, Also making very sure to have the storage place for the razors nearby. There we go. It's in there. So yeah. And of course, I always know where it is because I don't want to get cut. So there you go. They're all fixed. That's all on there. And now we take these. How much time is it? How much time has it been? Oh, 24 minutes. We'll go for around 30. I mean, we could do 30. That's 2 parts. 2 minutes. Or not. I don't know. No, that's a lot. I actually, on the magnet, checking out YouTube TV, fixing here for Neo, and how song it does. Hero, Kingdom Hearts and End on DVD. Right? On YouTube starts to the end of time. Yeah, check all that stuff out. See what you think about what I'm going to do with it. And so, Final Fantasy X, I will be playing that eventually. But right now we're moving, so it's going to be a little harder to do that. But we'll see. See you next time.